Yo guys, I'm still Yellow, the Norwegian hardcore PC gamer. These gameplays are gonna be old, by the way, but I figure that if I'm going to restart my YouTube channel, I need to go over a lot of different things with you people. So yeah, what has been going on with me? Let's go over that first. So I've gone over a couple of years of school, some slightly higher education, which went relatively good, even though there were some complications, I guess, with that. But it went well in the end of the day, which was pretty good. I also went about a couple of jobs and finally landed on one that at least fit me pretty well. So I'm fairly comfortable there as well, which is pretty good. So yeah, that is those things in general. Even though like people are curious, I like to keep those sort of things private because privacy is a thing. If you had no idea, so there's that. I also were in a relatively long relationship, and that relationship actually introduced me to alcohol in general. The good thing though is that my long fear of being scared of like becoming affected too much by alcohol apparently is completely false. I'm like a stone, a rock, a Viking. It really doesn't affect me. Of course, it will sway you, but nothing not to any degree I thought. And by the way, with that relationship, which had like two huge bumps, the first one was horrible and the other one was just really tragic. Yeah, finally a free dude, so life moves on. And also, by the way, going by what everybody else around me has told me or not told me, I would go as far as to claim that I really didn't do too much, if anything, wrong in that relationship and environment. Really just by looking at the leftover results. And the best part really in my case is that I was able to pick up the pieces faster than I thought, thankfully to a couple of very nice, helpful people. And so in the end of the day, from that perspective, I came out a better person and a stronger person, even though I really put in my maximum effort. But again, that is now just history, and life will move on, one way or another. So yeah, as for this YouTube channel, this is pretty much going to be a restart, and that have a lot of complications and implications, mostly for me. So I want to rebrand most stuff because some of it is either dated, or I want it to be improved, or I really currently would prefer a different style because, you know, we evolve over time, and what we enjoy also evolve, even though my core likes, if that makes any sense, they've pretty much been the same all the time as far as I can remember. Maybe people just don't know or think or have any idea, but my closest friends obviously know that sort of stuff, so it shouldn't really matter too much. And I mean, yeah, whatever. I'll take it one step at a time. But with that being said, the videos in the future will be more bare bones initially until I get new stuff going, because I think it's better to just create new things instead, as many people already do, rather than trying to overwork every single damn video and really just wasting your time. Because time is finite, evidently. Time is finite. So yeah, there's that. Now let's talk a little bit about esports. So I was able to reach a level that was stupidly high, but the only really annoyance I have in that realm is, number one, I'm Norwegian, so you are cursed, and I'll explain. Number two, I should have gone on to playing a ton more Faceit way earlier, so my rank wouldn't be absolute ass. Most people that play Faceit CSGO, it's just horrible, because you will be trapped in their version of Silver Hell. Meaning that it's going to take even longer for a person that got as good as me to learn all of the general gists and tricks that the highest level would demand of you, in which then, yeah, skipping by all that, it would be way harder to become a professional. However, other things really, truly did stop me. For example, I don't want to move out of my country. Why is that even relevant at all? It's because we have way too much tax here in Norway. So jobs that pay decently or semi-decent in other countries, they don't really pay shit in Norway, and that's just a sad fact, but it's a hard fact, because Norwegian people have high taxes to pay for a lot of the services we have in order to make them affordable. So that really didn't stick as well, and that's aside from how you have family, friends, people you know, and people that may or may not help you. That was a crisp shot. Leaving all those behind as well, it really doesn't make too much sense unless you are as lucky as, for example, JChem or Rain, and you're able to get to a super high level kind of fast. If you are, then you get a good paying job and you can stably live in a different place in the world, or hell, even still live in Norway for that matter, because we do got a good internet infrastructure, but who really cares? Fact is that everything need to work out, and it was pretty clear to me that it didn't. at least in my case. So I pretty much had to respect esport in Norway for what it was, and that is really heartbreaking in a lot of different ways, but you just really gotta, at the very least, CSGO. So then, moving on from that curse topic, I've also realized that fame is really not for everybody. I don't really take too well to too much attention, which means that I need to moderate that sort of stuff way better than I used to do before. It's a lot about how the human mind is not made for this. Maybe I'm able to tolerate it a lot, but it's just not made for it. It's too stressful. It just tarnishes your mental psyche too much in a lot of different strange ways. So to me, it's going to be very important, regardless of how much stuff I do in the future, to kind of balance myself in terms of how much involvement I have. However, I do want a happy medium, and whenever I see an ancient YouTuber coming back to their craft, I've always gotten pissed at how alien they act around the former fans that they had. It's all, like, some of them act like they don't exist, and that really sits really, really poorly with me. So just know that I know that, and I hate that, so I also don't want to do that. I want to hit a happy medium. I believe that there are always some sort of solution or some resolve that you can get from such crazy scenarios. Alright, next little topic I got here. What I want to cover in the future, as for games, I got a way better PC right now. I got the 3800X CPU and a Vega 64 with like a custom insane cooler I put together myself. So my PC can pretty much play anything that I want. And also I got a 240Hz screen, which I made a video about long ago. So yeah, I want to cover Iron Sight as a game in general, but like I don't want to go in depth. It's more gonna be like fun stuff and gameplay and whatnot in the background. I also want to cover Killing Floor 2. Pretty gory, but really brutal and cool game. We also got a VR headset now, with like a super cool cable, so that will be interesting to see how it works. And I've also played a lot of Escape from Tarkov. I mean, in the end of the day, I'm one of those few people whom legitimately have over 10,000 hours in the FPS genre. I pretty much either can or will or already have known everything that you can come to think of in this sort of environment. So it would be cool to cover some of those things, but in general, I think I will cover more stuff that is a little bit more important to reality, life, cool aspects and whatnot, because, I mean, I always, or not always, but very much, I made like the mental game type of videos. Reality is often a lot about that in more aspects than just video games, and regardless of where you are in life, that aspect of life will never leave you. So I think it would only be cool, it would never not be cool, is a word I'm looking for here, to not cover that sort of stuff. So that is something I also want to cover. It all really, to me, boils down to giving to the world in general what you want the world to give you to you back. It's also very similar to like treating others the way you want to be treated yourself. Something a lot of people just don't tend to do, so that sucks. But I mean, the more reason for somebody to do it if they can. Yeah. So let's take a look here. There are more things to cover after this gameplay too, by the way. Yeah. Let's see here. So some of the games that really taught me that I am probably way above average in terms of being either clever or inventive or creative, it have been through a couple of different games, so I can cover most of them. So first we got CSGO. I've been able to figure out something which I believe still nobody really talks about or do, and they should, especially if they're on the LAN. So that would be a run boost, but you also toss a grenade just to either fake or to do a kind of supportive play. That should be impossible. However, this demands real good coordination. You can only really do it at LAN, and you need to be really skilled at just doing it in general, and you need to have a proper setup for it. I got to the point where late 2015, I was looking around to see if anybody had ever tried to cover anything like this. I saw nothing. So if that has arrived later, regardless, I am 100% sure that I was able to invent that before anybody, or nobody talked about it because it was like too good to or too difficult to use. But that really doesn't stop, like, it shouldn't stop anybody that truly want to either win or use like an advanced plan or whatever the hell. But you probably get the point. That's like one thing. The other one was when I was, I still got the picture on my Steam profile. I was able to get to, like, I had to, like, see who I had to disqualify, but I was able to get to, like, 12th place worldwide in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on PC. I was also able to figure out what gun was actually the best long to mid, little bit short range. before like the leaderboard was hacked. Some of the people above me, like either they were two-man, so they like never slept effectively, or some of them cheated, or other like weird things. Or somebody cheated their score as well until the entire score leaderboard was hacked. So that told me that like at least I'm onto something, because that happened like way before CS:GO. As for CS:GO, I already told that. Also got to Global Elite 10 times, which means that I'm like super persistent and nothing really. I don't want anything to stop me, which is probably really good, right? No Russians will screw with me. Okay. And then we have me actually playing Shadow Priest in World of Warcraft Classic. I was able to get to like 24th place worldwide or something like that in against like the... man, I can't remember the instance. Man, how did I forget this? Regardless, I can find pictures and figure this sort of stuff out. Like I have it laying around. But anyways, point is that like you're playing a very difficult to use class. You're able to use tools in a way in which you see that either other people need to figure it out themselves or nobody does it. And I was still able to work my ass off during the COVID early days and be able to push on serious figures. So that was pretty cool. Also with how much insane hype that game had. Being able to just reach that high, that was amazing. So again, pretty cool to see how inventive I can be if I put my mind to it. Or rather crafty, because effectively I sit down and smith something out of nothing or something. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. And lastly, we have got a weird one. I've been playing since 2015 now, Smash Melee, and I'm playing Yoshi. And anybody who know the game, they will think that Yoshi is this, that, or the other. What I can tell you is that the character is way too advanced. It's absolutely stupid. So I've been able to craft a couple of things, but eventually other people do the same. So it's like what in science it's called like co-evolution, where separate species develop the same result to a situation because it's the actual best result, which is cool. But I do got a one ace up my sleeve there, which is pretty damn cool. Regardless, to me personally, more of a testament to how like I know that I'm a crafty guy, and so I think it would be a very big shame just to leave my YouTube channel forever and not really do anything with it, and only take the skills with me to other things and other aspects of life. I don't think that's not true to myself. It's not true to what can be done, and it's not true to a lot of the people that have enjoyed me and assisted me across the years in general. Life takes some very strange turns sometimes, but that doesn't mean that I, by any means, actually truly want to give up, and so that is why I'm here. Okay, I had a few other things to cover, but we are pretty much done. This is just some placeholder stuff that I made way back. So I know that I also, by the way, will never be an influencer. I really despise that term in general. If I'm anything, you could call me a hobby YouTuber, okay? Technically one of the larger ones in Norway, but who really cares? That is going to be a hard fact. I hate all the stuff that people do. They ask about like inane shit. It's so annoying to hear every single time. Like the cheesy fake weird intro, the cheesy fake outro. Yeah, sure, to some degree I've done it myself, but you can probably hear it in my tone that it's like, I say this just because it's probably good. It's not because I really care. I know that people are smart enough to like, comment, and subscribe and all that bullshit if they really want to. Like, why do I have to spoon feed people when they already know it? They aren't stupid, right? So that explains the tone of that forever. So yeah, it's just so ironic because like, YouTube had changed so much. Like, CS:GO is not CS:GO anymore. It's not the same game. I just gotta be honest. It's not the same game anymore. CS:GO that I started to enjoy after I quit Call of Duty because I got fed up because I wanted true competition. I wanted to push myself. It's not the same game. Sorry, it's just not. It's so different. There's so many annoying small things that changed. And the same goes for YouTube. This is not YouTube. This is not YouTube anymore. Whatever people tell you, whatever they whine or complain about, this isn't even YouTube anymore. So of course they are going to complain. Like, they don't understand anything. But then again, I come from video.google, that type of era. That's before YouTube even existed. Like, that was the start of videos on the internet in my childhood. So that speaks to what levels we come from here and how different we are. Anyways, I've pretty much talked myself empty for today, for now. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And this time it will not be, what did I used to say? Don't get beastyfied when you play or some bullshit like that. Have a nice day. And don't get, this time, I gotta figure out something new. But anyways, this has been your Norwegian hardcore PC gamer. And by all means, have a nice day.